Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Gems and Jewels. I have a Christian Dior quote wall art project for you today. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. I really enjoy quotes, and I think these masquerade ball masks are adorable, so they're hard to utilize though. So I was pretty excited when I came across a quote from Christian Dior that states, "Even when there are no more secrets, fashion remains a mystery." So I printed it out and everything's in the description box. I used black glitter paper and put it behind everything. I made a crown for this, but there wasn't enough space. So I took a masquerade ball drawing and I cut it out after I printed it off, free drawings on Google, and I just added gems, jewels, some feathers, and I didn't want to tape that for time purposes, but I did that, and I did the same thing with the shoes. I went on high heel shoe drawings, free drawings, printed it off, cut it out, glued it onto a black glittered paper, and I threw gems and diamonds and some diamond wrap for the outline you'll see, as well as feathers to match the mask. So after you decipher which mask and shoes you're going to use and you decorate those, then you're going to take your black glitter paper as well as your quote, and you're just going to hot glue it, a little bit of hot glue now to keep it in place on top of your poster board. And what I did was I just kind of played with my masks so I could decipher where I wanted to place my quote and my paper and make sure that it lined up the way that I wanted it to. Just a quick note, I wanted to let you know that I am a postal worker, and between the election and Christmas, things are going to be crazy busy. So please forgive me if I'm unable to do a project once a week. It may be every other, but for those of you that tune in on a regular basis, I would like to thank you for that. For those of you that are new to my work, please check me out and subscribe, like, and share should you enjoy this project. Thank you so very much. So okay, we've got this glued down. Now we're going to take the mask and we're going to place it accordingly how we want it. And then we're going to hot glue that so it stays in place. Now the biggest note here is the very top of it. Be careful, don't hot glue that quite yet, because what you're going to end up doing is for the spacing, if you copy what I did, you're going to use diamond wrap. So you don't want to glue that down and not be able to get underneath it. So basically you're going for the sides and the bottom. If you want to hot glue the feathers, you can, but don't do anything too heavily on the side here, because we're going to be placing a mirror around the sides, or mirror tiles, Dollar Tree mirrors, whatever you want to call them. And those are going to frame it in. So if you glue the feathers now, you're not going to be able to get them up, and it's not going to work. So basically all you're going for here is just to keep it intact. Okay, so now the next step is the shoes. You just want to bend the paper up, put some hot glue on the paper, and then you're just going to hold it for a second to the black glitter paper that should already be glued onto the poster board. So I used a standard poster board, and what I found was that 6 Dollar Tree mirrors on each side of my board worked really well. However, there was a little bit of space on the top and the bottom, so I just made sure that the mirrors were equally distributed, and then I would just line those up, make sure I liked the spacing and everything. And then once I was done on my placement and deciphered how I wanted it, then I would take the feet and the sticker off the back of the mirrors. And then once you have the feet and the sticker off the back of the mirrors, just leave one side on because that's going to be your guide. Don't take them both off. Just do the feet and the sticker for one side, and then take your brush and your Gorilla Glue or your E6000, whatever adhesive you choose to utilize, as well as your hot glue, and do your one side, and you're using, like I said, the other side for a guide. Then once that's down, alternate and do the same with the other side, forgive me. So I have almost all of it glued down except for this one tile. I just wanted to show you I took a brush with my Gorilla Glue so I had a little bit more control. And then I would put some hot glue specifically on the corners and a little bit in the middle just to keep it intact. And then I would check all my mirrors after I let them dry for a minute and make sure that they were going to stick, they weren't going to fall off, nothing was loose. And then I'm going to show you how we fill in those white areas so it doesn't look like a poster board and it looks like it should be the way that it is. So for the top and the bottom, same thing. Basically, you're going to take your bling wrap and you're going to measure to how much bling wrap you need. You can count by rows and cut them, and then you just glue them along all of the white part of the poster board, top and bottom. And then I'll show you how we do the middle. So this is pretty easy. All you're going to do is whatever your taste is, you're going to cut out how many bling wrap diamonds that you want. And you're going to fill that in with hot glue, that white spot. And then you're going to take the bling wrap, glue that on there. Now remember to use it sparingly because you're on paper. If you use too much, it's going to bubble up and it's going to make it look terrible. So don't use too much. And then I just took one strip and I went up and down and across just to kind of outline the actual quote itself. And that's all that I did. And right here you'll see there's a little bit left of the bling wrap hanging out. It's like 3 extra diamonds on the bottom there. And that was because I hadn't deciphered yet if I wanted to snip those or if I wanted to leave them. But in the end, I chose to get rid of them because I thought it was too much and I didn't like it. So these little disco balls that I chose to hang on top of the photo frame or the foam board, I found those at the thrift store for 49 cents. However, you can make them. You just use small styrofoam balls and then little mirror. They're like little mirror stickers. If you can't find the stickers, you can glue on the little mirror tiles and then use some type of chain. But I just chose to accentuate my photo with that. I just thought it was fun, and I just put it on the corners and it freely hangs. I did not glue it or anything like that. I apologize, I don't have this on the wall. I just set it on a chair for you to look at. I have to go out in the garage and find my husband's drill and the ladder and this and that, and like I stated previous, I just moved and my garage is like a maze right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this project. It was a lot of fun to make. It was pretty cheap. $12 for the mirror. I believe the paper itself was like 97 cents. I used 3 of those. The ion right now is like 50 bucks, and that's for a poster, and I think that's a bit much. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm going to start working on a project for you next week. Forgive me for being gone for as long as I was. Thank you so much for your loyalty. Y'all have a great week. Bye-bye.